You're watching Well Traveled Life with Jonathan and Jennifer, and we are in Stavanger, Norway. This is a vibrant port city, which is also the petroleum capital of Norway. And interestingly, we will take you on an electric boat ride in one of the greenest countries in the world that produces most of the petroleum for other parts of the world. We'll get out on an electric boat past the port into the islands of the archipelago that dot the coastline, and down the Lysefjord, where we'll see fish farms, wild mountain goats, waterfalls, and the big one, Preikestolen, or Pulpit Rock. And we'll come back into town, show you the old town, and get up for a beer tasting at a very local brewery. Stavanger is an old city with plenty to see in the way of history. In fact, it's one of the premier towns for seeing the old clapboard houses, and you'll see them all in white. There are 173 of these houses, which were built in the late 17th and early 18th century and have withstood fires to become standards of Scandinavian architecture in the city, although there is an area that has some of the brightly colored and pastel ones as well. But it is also known for its street art and its very hip vibe. We were tipped off by a young friend to try Lysefjord Loco. It's a craft brewery that sits above the old town in a residential area.
Hi guys, I'm Victoria. The Lysefjord Loco is our town brewery. It's very popular here in Norway. When you see that there is a Lysefjord, it was brewed here in the city, or we have little brewery over there. So when we are brewing beer here in this bar, you can buy it only here, so it's really special. We have really good stouts, which you hate them or love them, but a lot of people like them. When we are talking about stouts, they have higher percentage of alcohol, so they are pretty strong. So it's good to share with at least 2 people. Yeah. This year, Brewery is celebrating 20 years. It's really, I would say that everyone. You can find people here from like 20 years, but you can find older people, because I think that everyone likes beer. So we have various people coming here, and especially during the summer when the ships are coming in town, so everyone wants to try local brewery, so it's a good experience. We also have like beer tastings where people can choose from everything what we have on tap, so it's really cool experience.
Lysefjord beers come on tap or in bottles, and the stout, as Victoria said, come in smaller bottles just to keep you safe. Victoria took us into the actual brewery to show us where the magic happens.
This is our brewery, and we are also doing like beer tastings. This beer will be only here in this bar.
More than just a bar, there is also a great food menu. An outdoor seating and the patio overlooking the green space was the perfect place for our beer tasting. There isn't service on this patio, so you'll need to place your order at the bar, pick it up, and bring it over. Number 2 is a slightly carbonated lemony lager.
She didn't give anything away there, did she? Very strong.
10, big 10, 10, 10, 10. That is the perfect summer lemonade. Oh,
6.5.
6?
Definitely, you gotta try it. Sorry.
You have to try this Delphine. You're gonna love it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, after. Okay. This is a wheat beer. I know. Sorry.
You said it's sweet beer.
It is a wheat beer.
Salud.
Santé.
Santé.
You grade it first this time. That's interesting because mine is a 7. This is not my favorite wheat beer. It's a wheat beer and it tastes wheaty, but it's not one of my favorites. But that you gave it a
is why I
7.
like it.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's not as strong. Yeasty. Yeah. Okay. All right, this one, I'm kind of excited about this one. This is a dark lager.
Almost like a radio.
No. Well, taste it and see what you think.
I feel like it's like 1 to 2 is like you work towards the first one, and then like everything's different because like you've got 2 and they're different, but yeah, things that you might have done differently.
I'm going 9. That's a dark roast coffee in a beer cup. 8? What do you love or not love?
Oh, it's really good.
It's-
Very drinkable.
Yeah,
It's kind of roasted too.
yeah, totally roasted. Totally, like, coffee, nuts.
But not too strong.
No, I love it. Okay, this one is an imperial stout, and it has the highest alcohol content. Okay, you first on that one. I'm gonna give that one an 8 also. It is thick like a milkshake. Like, it is creamy, and it's got some heft and strength behind it. And it's not quite as smooth as I think I might like it to be. It's got a little bit of bite at the end. What's your thoughts on it?
I didn't. No aftertaste for me.
Okay.
I thought it was really good.
You should definitely come here and try some of our beers. Yeah.
This is a hilly town. Streets are steps and hills. Wear your good walking shoes. I think what you're going to find in Stavanger is this really cool mix of old and new. So we're looking at the Port Authority building, and it's got some awesome street art on the side of the building. You go in there for a virtual reality experience to study the old Vikings. This is what modern is. It's taking the old and blending it with the new so that you have an exceptional experience. Cruiseport is right in the center of Stavanger, so you have access to other ferries, cruises, riverboat adventures, hop-on, hop-off buses, or just the town itself on foot. Stavanger sits at the southwest coast of Norway. When Norway discovered oil in the North Sea in 1969, Stavanger was chosen to be the onshore center for the oil industry for the Norwegian sector. But don't let that fool you. 99% of the electricity produced in Norway comes from hydroelectric power. They use very little petroleum in their own country. So it isn't surprising that we took an electric boat on our cruise out to the Lysefjord. From the Stavanger harbor, which is right next to the cruise port, the electric catamaran took us through the archipelago, under the bridge, and into the Lysefjord. While some islands are small and uninhabited, There are others that reveal summer homes which in many cases have been in families for generations. Even in this southern, more mild region, life can feel remote and isolated here. Created by glaciers back in the Ice Age, these fjord walls are over 1,000 feet high, and the waters are over 1,500 feet deep. Nearly 2,000 feet above the Lysefjord lies Preikestolen, or Pulpit Rock. You can travel by boat to see it from below, but the only way to see it from the top is to hike to it. Plan about 2 hours to get up and 2 hours to get down, maybe a bit more if you take breaks along the way. It is about a 5-mile climb, and there are some steep grades. There's a famous scene from Mission Impossible Fallout where Tom Cruise is hanging from Preikestolen, the Pulpit Rock, over the water. There's a ton of YouTube videos that you can watch showing the making of that film, because as you know, Tom Cruise does all of his own stunts. The Pulpit Rock is actually a huge stone outcropping on the face of these craggy rock walls. It juts out and creates a plateau with a top that's about 25 by 25 meters. Hikers congregate there, and it's the ultimate selfie shot. Stavanger is that cool mix of an old town with a modern vibe, an industrial city with some of the most natural beauty you'd ever want to see. We hope you've enjoyed this tour of this magical city in the southern part of Norway, and if so, subscribe, like, and we'll see you back in one of our other Norwegian towns. We're suggesting you take a special look at Skjolden, which we may think is the prettiest village we've been to. But if you love beer tasting, make sure and watch our Flam video.